the news of the week, Tuesday edition with your anchorman, Dennis Miller.
That's it? Good evening, and what can I tell you? L.A. Police Chief Daryl Gates lets the amber glow of the burning city set the perfect backdrop as he delights a National Guardsman with his favorite ribald tale, the slow deployment of forces. Hey, could we have the duh category winner, please? I'm going for a gnarly one. Cover me. Celebrities helped in efforts to bring relief to riot-torn Los Angeles this week. Here, Diane Ladd explains to a confused celebrity, Lloyd Bridges, that it's called peanut butter and people eat it. Looks like Lloyd surfaced too fast, huh? Pete Wilson had to separate Mayor Bradley and Chief Gates when a slap fight erupted over who got to speak next this week. Sure, tensions are high, but that's no reason not to polka, huh? Bill Clinton confused reporters this week when he asked them to guess where my thumb was when the environment in Arkansas was deteriorating. Former Soviet leader Mikhail Gorbachev rode in Ronald Reagan's Jeep while visiting Reagan on his ranch this week. Unfortunately, the president momentarily forgot how to drive and simply sat in front of the steering wheel, bouncing up and down and muttering, "Giddy up, horsey, giddy up." During their day together, Reagan referred to Gorbachev as my friend. He also called him Your Majesty, the Little Woman, and Mr. Goldwyn. In a ceremony yesterday, Mikhail Gorbachev received the Ronald Reagan Freedom Award, which is available in specially marked boxes of Kellogg's Sugar Smacks. Here, Reagan and Gorbachev interrupt their game of cowboys and Indians to watch Nancy chase Teresa up a tree. Reagan lived through the riots like he lived through problems in his presidency, by sitting on the fence. President Bush is blaming the riots on Lyndon Johnson, which doesn't sound that crazy when you consider that he blames the hole in the ozone on the Taft administration. In the aftermath of the riots, Bush is calling for healing, but as usual, he has no specific health plan. Here, Bush sports a sheepish grin as he takes part in a secret hood ritual, officially initiating him into the Loyal Order of Wasps. Big Bush crowd here, huh? Bush met with 4 African-American leaders Friday to prove that he's not out of touch with the plight of urban Americans. The president showed them his highlight reel from the Shaft movie series. Attorney General William Barr explains the domestic trouble in L.A. to George Bush as Dan Quayle wonders if anyone ate the last pudding pop. Hey, it's a guy with a handkerchief over his mouth. Nothing funny there. A Seaquarium team breathed a sigh of relief today when a Simi Valley jury acquitted them of pushing a whale out of a helicopter. And Michael Jackson suffered a nervous breakdown this week when asked where he stood on the race riot. What are you booing me for? I'm not bleaching my face. Take it out on him, for God's sake. Hi, Mom, look at me. I'm a commie. I'm a commie. An anti-communist demonstrator showed the newest in terrorist fashion this week. It's the hood with the reservoir tip. Archaeologists have uncovered a new pyramid in Egypt. The cross-section of the 4,000-year-old structure clearly shows the Egyptians' sparing use of fat. Jockey Pat Day rode Little E.T. to victory in the Kentucky Derby Saturday. When asked for a comment, Day explained, "It's great, I feel 5 feet tall." Later in the afternoon, Australian trick driver Simon Mills was delighted when a Simi Valley jury decided he had not fallen off his horse. The Blackhawks' Keith Brown reacted to a win over the Detroit Red Wings Saturday night by giving fellow team member Stephen Matteau an impromptu hernia exam. Montreal Expos shortstop Spike Owen tagged out San Francisco Giants Darren Lewis this week. Here, Owen reacts favorably to the manly firmness of Lewis's thigh. Catherine Thornton, a 39-year-old physicist, has been scheduled to become the second U.S. woman to walk in space. The first, as you all remember, was Barbarella. Supermodel Iman married rocker David Bowie in Switzerland this week. Witnesses said the flowing, full-length white sequin gown looked simply exquisite, and Iman's dress was nice, too. David, I'm kidding. Miami's Andrew Matteau has announced plans to travel around the world using a myriad means of transportation. The journey will take 800 days, 760 of which he's allotted for getting across America on Greyhound. And finally, Carol Burnett will return to CBS this fall after a Simi Valley jury overturned the cancellation of her variety show. Guess what, folks? That's the news, and I